I am 92 years old, and I am the last one left in the room. I've buried my husband, I've buried my sisters, and I've buried every single person who ever tried to tell me who I was supposed to be. I am standing at the very edge of the horizon, and from where I'm perched, I can see the truth of it all. I'm here to tell you that you are living your life like you're immortal, and it is the most dangerous mistake you will ever make. You treat your time like it's a cheap commodity, like you have an endless well of it tucked away in a basement somewhere. But I am here to tell you that the well is dry. You are broke, and you don't even know it. You walk around with this arrogant, comfortable delusion that later is a real place. It isn't. Later is a graveyard of dreams and unsaid words. You know you're going to die intellectually, sure, but you don't feel the cold reality of it sitting on your chest. If you did, you wouldn't be spending 40 hours a week staring at a glowing rectangle, and you certainly wouldn't be holding on to that grudge against your brother for 5 years. Let me tell you about a woman I knew named Clara. It was 1972, and Clara was the most vibrant person I ever met. She was smarter than me, sharper than me, and she had a plan that could move mountains. We sat on my porch one summer evening, sipping lemonade, and she told me, "Evelyn, 3 more years. I just need to get the house paid off, get the youngest through school, and then I'm going to start that garden. I'm going to travel to the coast. I'm going to finally write those poems I've been keeping in my head." Clara had a map. She had it all timed out to the second. 2 weeks later, Clara sat down in her favorite armchair to read the morning paper, and her heart simply stopped beating before she could finish the front page. She was 46. She never saw the ocean. She never planted a single seed in that garden. I stood at her funeral, and I realized the tragedy wasn't that she died. We all do that. It was that she spent her entire life in a waiting room for a future that never showed up. Her calendar was still full. Her laundry was still in the dryer. The world didn't pause for a single second. Her job replaced her before the flowers on her grave had even wilted. I see, Clara, in all of you. You are telling yourself the same lie. You say you'll be happy when the mortgage is gone, or when the kids are grown, or when you finally get that corner office. Let me give you a hard truth from someone who has run out of time. There is no when. There is only now. If you are trading your present for a guaranteed later, you are making the worst bet in the history of the world. And let's talk about your things. I look at your generation and I see a fever of accumulation. You are killing yourselves to buy things you don't need, to impress people who are too busy worrying about their own things to even notice you. I live in a single room now. I have a bed, a chair, and a photograph of my husband on our wedding day. I used to have the china sets, the designer rugs, the jewelry that cost more than a year of groceries. And I am telling you, from the finish line, it is all trash. I have been to more funerals than I can count, and I have never once seen a moving truck following a hearse. When you go, your children are going to spend a Saturday afternoon throwing 90% of your treasures into a black garbage bag. The other 10% will end up on a folding table at a garage sale for 50 cents. That is the sum total of your materialism. Future landfill. So why are you missing your son's childhood to pay for a car that loses its value the moment you drive it off the lot? It is absolute madness. And the worst part is you won't realize it's madness until you're sitting where I am. And by then, you can't get a refund on your life. I remember 1984. I won a prestigious civic award for my volunteer work. There was a gala, a gold-plated plaque, and a room full of people standing on their feet for me. I felt like I had finally arrived. I went home that night. The house was silent, and I sat at the kitchen table looking at that plaque. I realized the people who clapped for me didn't actually love me. They loved the version of me that was useful to them. But the people upstairs, My family, they were the ones I had neglected for months to earn that piece of metal. I missed the birthdays. I missed the quiet moments. I missed the ordinary days that I would give anything to have back right now. That plaque is currently at the bottom of a box in a storage unit I haven't visited in a decade. But the look on my daughter's face when I told her I was too busy to play, that stays with me. That never leaves. Your career is not your legacy. It is a transaction. You are selling the finite hours of your existence to build a castle for someone else. If you drop dead this afternoon, your position would be posted on a job board before your body was cold. Do not worship your job. It cannot love you, and it will not hold your hand when the lights go out. So, what is left when the money is gone and the career is over? The only things you truly own are the things you gave away, the love you shared, the kindness you showed a stranger, the way you made someone feel. I don't sit here and think about my bank balance. I think about the way the light hit my husband's face when he laughed. I think about the smell of rain on a hot sidewalk in July. That is the only real wealth there is. So here is my challenge to you, the strategy for the time you have left. First, kill your ego. You are so paralyzed by the fear of looking foolish that you don't take the risks you were born to take. You don't start the business. You don't write the book. You don't tell that person you love them. Why? Because you're afraid of what they will think? Let me set you free. Nobody is watching you. Everyone is the protagonist of their own movie, and to them, you are just a background extra. Stop letting the judgment of people who will be dust alongside you dictate how you live your life. Second, you must practice the last time. Every time you do something, remind yourself that one day you will do it for the final time. Why? Because you're afraid of what they will think. Let me set you free. Nobody is watching you. Everyone is the protagonist of their own movie, and to them, you are just a background extra. Stop letting the judgment of people who will be dust alongside you dictate how you live your life. Second, you must practice the last time. Every time you do something, remind yourself that one day you will do it for the final time. One day you will tuck your child in for the last time. One day you will walk through your front door for the last time. You don't know when that day is. If you live with that knowledge, you will never take a breath for granted again. You will taste your food, you will feel the sun on your skin, and you will hold that hug just a few seconds longer. Lastly, wake up. You have the golden ticket. You have your health, you have your mobility, and you are wasting it scrolling through a feed of strangers' lives. You are numbing yourself to the miracle of being alive. Stop it. Go outside and breathe the air. Call your mother. Forgive the person who hurt you, not because they deserve it, but because you don't have enough room in your luggage for the weight of hate anymore. We are all going to die. It is the only promise the universe keeps. But most people never actually live. They just manage their discomfort until they expire. Don't be like Clara. Don't wait for the 5-year plan. Eat the good food, take the trip, and say, I love you first. The clock is ticking, and it's the only sound that matters. Don't let your life run out while it's still empty. Go live. Please just go live.